Hello guys, my name is Udesh Pandita and today I am going to give you an overview about the project Smart Agriculture using IoT technologies which I have made at Smart Interns. Now, let us begin. First of all, let me show you the flowchart of this project. Here you can see that I have made the flowchart of this project. Here we have an IBM IoT simulator who sends the data to the cloud platform. On the other side, the data from the API is sent to the Node-RED as well. The Node-RED combines the data from the cloud and send it to the web application. The web application then sends the command control to the motor. Let us see this process in detail. First of all, let us begin with the IBM Watson Cloud Platform. Here we can see the IBM Watson Cloud Platform. Now, as you know, that cloud is a platform on which we can store our data and share it across devices. So here we have made a new device whose device type is IoT and device ID is 34. Here you can see that we have made two devices, but we will come back to the second device later. Now, let us see the device events of this device. Here are the recent events of this device. You can see that there are two types of events. First one is the IoT sensor and second one is the event one. The event one is an event that is made by us, which generates random values. Hence, we are not interested in this. We are interested in this event called IoT sensor, which is shown by this IoT simulator. Here you can see that the ID is 34, which is the same as this one. So that means the device is connected. Moreover, the status is showing connected, which means that the device is successfully connected to the IoT sensor simulator. Now, you might be wondering that why have we used this Watson IoT sensor simulator? This is because we don't have any sensors in real time and we will use this data as the sensor data in our project. Let me guide you through the Node-RED now. So this is the dashboard of the Node-RED. Let us see the nodes one by one. So here is the first node, which is the IBM IoT input node. In this, we have to put our device credentials, which we have made. So here are the device credentials of the IBM IoT input node. The authentication is set as the API key, which means we have to enter the API key and the authentication token to connect this device, which we have generated in the IBM Watson IoT platform. Now, these orange nodes which you can see, these are the function nodes. These are used to separate the values from the object. For example, here we have set the message.payload as message.payload.d.humidity and returns the message. So this separates the value of humidity from all those three. Then these function nodes are connected to the gauges. These gauges will help us show the data in the form of a gauge in the UI dashboard. We will come back to this later. Then these function nodes are connected to the debug node. What this debug node does is that it shows the messages in the right side of the screen. Those messages that you can see that are continuously showing in the right side of the screen, these are due to the debug node. Now, let us come to this timestamp and HTTP request. Timestamp is a node which is an inject node. Now, we can manually inject something into it, or we can set an interval in which we can inject. Let us see the properties of this timestamp node. Here we can see that we have set up this node to inject data after every 7 seconds. This timestamp node is connected to the HTTP request node. Let us see its properties. So the HTTP request node requests the data from this URL, which is the OpenWeather API URL. Let us see the OpenWeather API account. Here we have the OpenWeather API website. This website generates a URL for a special place and then we can take the weather data from it, which we have done in this case. The timestamp node gets the data from the HTTP request and sends the data to the message.payload node. Now, we know that we have to get different parameters of the weather, such as humidity and temperature, and we need to separate them, just like we have separated the parameters here. So, I have done it in another flow so that it doesn't look clumsy. Here it is. Here you can see that I have separated the weather parameters by each other with the help of these nodes. These nodes convert one type of data into another, as I have done in this case. These nodes are then further connected to the dashboard nodes, which will show the data in the dashboard. Let us go back to our another flow. Now, you can see that we have installed two nodes, the motor on and the motor off button. which are connected to the IBM IoT node. This IBM IoT node will act as a motor. Remember this device that we had made on the IBM Watson IoT platform? Yes, this one. This device will act as a motor. So now, these motor buttons are connected to the dialog boxes, which will show a notification when this button are pressed on the UI. I have also written a Python code which connects to this device and shows us a notification if any of those buttons is pressed. Let me show you. So here is the Python code. See those credentials. The device type is IoT and the device ID is new. Let us check the credentials of this device as well. So as you can see, the credentials are the same. Let us see this system in action now. Let me show you the dashboard. So here is the dashboard of our system. Let us change the temperature in the IoT sensor simulator and see if it works. So as you can see, the temperature here is 20 degrees Celsius. Let us change it to 25. So as you can see, the temperature has changed here as well. Let us see if soil temperature changes. So as you can see, the soil temperature changes as well. Let us now run the Python code and see those buttons in action. It is showing connecting successfully. Now let us check if it sends a notification or not. So here you can see we have received a notification. Now let us check the Python code. Here you can see we have received a notification here as well. Let us now press the motor on button and check if it works. So here you can see that we have received the motor on notification as well. Let us now check the weather parameters. I have put these weather parameters in a different tab so that it doesn't look clumsy. Here we have the wind speed, the temperature, the humidity and pressure of the place that we have selected. These are the longitudes and latitudes of the place that I have selected. This was all about my project. Thank you.